We dug for months, years, an eternity. And we were rewarded with madness.
Well, according to this Lost and Found announcement, we were rewarded with a weapon upgrade. I'm just kidding, I know what you mean. Hello everyone, Science Viking here, and it's time to return to our playthrough of Darkest Dungeon. Alright, let's see. So the two people who were seriously psychologically messed up are both being treated. Alright, I get a free weapon upgrade. Well, let's give that to my only resolve level 3 hero to upgrade his weapon again. Alright. Let's see about upgrading town buildings. I could upgrade the furnace, possibly, if I had... I would need to gain 6 deeds in exchange for 2 portraits. I don't think I can do that. I cannot! Alright, so... Honestly, with this few heirlooms, I don't actually think I can upgrade any of the town buildings, so we're down to buying trinkets and upgrading equipment before we head out on our next mission. Unholy Slayer's Ring. Plus 25% damage to dodge. Plus 25% damage to dodge! Okay, what it actually does is does 25% extra damage to unholy enemies, but greatly reduces dodge. Alright, so the Bleed Amulet, Stun Amulet, and the Calming Crystal. It could be very useful, except we really can't afford it. Let's see about the guild. Let's see about our newest addition, the Occultist. So he has Sacrificial Stab, Weird Reconstruction, Vulnerability Hex, which is quite useful, especially since I believe it also causes damage. And he has a pull ability. He could learn Hands from the Abyss, which reduces the torch level, but does some damage and also has a very high stun chance. Weakening Curse, which reduces the enemy's damage and prot. And then Abyssal Artillery, which just deals damage to the enemy backline and also does extra damage to Eldritch. So... I think I'm going to have him learn Weakening Curse. And then I'll have him equip, unequip. I'll decide that later, depending on who's on the team with it. Let's see, we've got Campbell, our Vestal. And let's upgrade Divine Comfort and Divine Grace. We'll go with that for now. Alright. Let's see about upgrading equipment. Let's see if there's anybody else's equipment we want to upgrade. Let's see. I think I'll upgrade Campbell's armor. And then, who else do I want to upgrade? I think that'll be the end of the upgrading for now, because I don't really want to upgrade anymore until people are starting to stand out in terms of performance. Also, let's see, I can get an Antiquarian, a Vestal, or a Man-at-Arms. Honestly, I think I'm okay with the heroes I currently have. So there is a bit more equipment upgrading I want to do. Let's upgrade Sordival's armor. And let's upgrade Marrier's armor. Alright, I think that's enough upgrading. Now let's take on a quest. Okay. The Sodden Crew. That will be another boss. It's apprentice level, so I can't bring anybody with too high of a resolve level. I would get the Hellion's Hairpin, which is pretty good, but I'm not crazy about it because it requires the torch level to be low, and it reduces bleed and debuff resistance. So it grants a buff only some of the time, but weakens the Hellion all of the time. I could also just do an exploration mission and receive the Book of Relaxation, whose only penalty is reduced dodge, and reduces stress and increases accuracy. I could get the, I could do an extermination mission in the ruins, and I could get the Beast Slayer's Ring, which is the equivalent of the Undead Slayer's Ring. I'm not crazy about the Slayer Ring accessory types, though. The Move Amulet could be good. I'm thinking more in terms of the Move Resist than the Move Skill Chance. The Diseased Herb isn't really that impressive. That's odd. I didn't realize the Arbalest had healing skills, but apparently they do because there's a Arbalest specific trinket that grants increased healing skills. I think the exploration mission in the Cove is what I want. And I am bringing the Occultist. So who have we got here? That is the Houndmaster that I want to bring. And that is the Man-at-Arms. And I don't know, I'm not sure I want to bring a Man-at-Arms, but who would be an alternative melee fighter? Let's try out the Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter should be able to do pretty well at close range. I'll go with this Bounty Hunter because he has Uppercut instead of Flashbang, since Flashbang requires him to be in position too. So, let's bring Fribois. And then, who should I put in the farthest back position? Not you. Let me see something. Hound's Rush, Hound's Harry, Cry Havoc, and Lick Wounds can all be used from the farthest rear position. So I could bring two Houndmasters. You know what? I'm bringing Campbell. I'll just bring essentially two medics, though the Occultist, while he has a reasonably strong healing ability, is primarily spec'd to be offensive. Alright. That's the team. Just quick do some trinketing. Let's see. Let's give the Stun Amulet to the Vestal. Actually, yeah. Okay, there's not a whole lot I can do with trinkets, actually. So she has Dazzling Light, Divine Grace, Divine Comfort, and Hand of Light. Alright, that's good. Let's see, what can I give my Bounty Hunter? The Health Stone would be good. And so would the Dodge Stone. Yes, his speed is very low, but I think that's okay. Alright. I'd say we're good. Alright, let's provision. Okay, 2 shovels. Let's go with 12. 2 medicinal herbs, some bandages and anti-venom, and a large number of torches. Alright. And let's grab 1 holy water. And embark. Did you know that thralls will explode if left for too long? Because I sure didn't, but I do now. I do actually appreciate the warning. I just wish I had gotten the warning before my first encounter with a thrall, rather than finding that one out the hard way.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
Okay, we got some scouting. We got a room battle. There's a lot of scouting. And, this is a big one. And I think there's going to be some backtracking if I want to get 90% of the rooms. Okay, what is this? Let's see what holy water does with this. The item had no effect. The message has a lasting impact on the hero. Well, he's nervous now. And we've got a thrall! And they explode if left alive for too long. Okay, vulnerability hex on the thrall. Pounds rush on the thrall. Wow! Okay, the thrall is out. Okay. Let's see, who can you collect bounty on? Only the first 2 positions. Okay. Mark the Guardian for death. And Dazzling Light on the Grouper. He's not that dangerous, but I still want to stun.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
And the Thrall is out. Okay, we got Stress Wave. And unsurprisingly, he uses Barnacle Barrier. And collect bounty, plus 90% damage versus marked.
The ground quakes.
I know just where you're weakest. And he does extra damage to marked enemies for the next couple of rounds. Let's make it bleed. It's only bleeding for 1 damage per turn. I'm actually going to use Divine Comfort. Just keep everybody nice and topped up. And since these enemies are Eldritch, let's finish this guy off with Sacrificial Stab.
Strike.
Uneducated savage. Okay, he has 2 hit points and he's only taking 1 damage per round, so I still need to finish him off. Well, Seaward Slash missed. Well, let's use Vulnerability Hex on him, since you can't hit the Shaman. Octocestus. Oh, let's fix the fact that you bleed. And may as well just use Blackjack to finish this guy off.
Formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
And collect bounty.
Annihilated.
Divine Comfort.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
And Daemon's Pull. Even if it doesn't succeed at pulling him, it removes the corpses. Pounce Rush. Well, he resisted the bleed. But he's not going to resist this.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, and on to this room. Oh, the crate is empty. Okay, we got another Thrall. I like the fact that thralls are at least always in the front. Vulnerability hex. Because since the thralls are in, if a thrall spawned all the way in the back, that would be utterly terrifying. Though, I don't know. For all I know, that's going to happen at some point, and it just doesn't happen on lower difficulties. Mark mark the grouper for death.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
And sacrificial stab on the shaman. And Hound's Rush on the shaman to finish him off.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
As soon as the bounty hunter gets a turn, he'll be able to finish off the grouper. With Collect Bounty.
Decimated.
And we slew the evils that lurk it.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Quick give a couple of food to the Houndmaster. See if we get any scouting. We do. Well, there's only one place we can go at this point. Well, he's got significantly increased resistance to everything. Divine Comfort, as everybody's damaged.
Is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Okay, you're Eldritch. Let's use Sacrificial Stab. Hound's Rush. One thing I'm kind of lacking is abilities that hit a group. Let's just use Collect Bounty, see if we can press this one.
Give them no
Alright. Shocking. Well, he's stunned. Resisted the debuff, though. Alright, spearfishing, that's not that bad.
Grievous injury.
Okay, he is stunned. This is kind of funny. Grievous injury. He took 2 points of damage. About half the team was stunned that round. Hound's Rush. Divine Comfort. Divine Comfort. Ah, the effects of a semi-random turn order. The Vestal went last and then first. Okay. Resisted the stun this time. And Sacrificial Stab. Finish off the Stinger. Let's just get it out of the fight.
Destroy them.
Hound's Rush. And finish him. It gets to use spearfishing, and it misses. Well, finish him. What is this with people going last in one round and then first in the next round? I guess all the members of my team have very similar speed values to each other, so the random component of the turn order is stronger than everything else. Okay, let me see something for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are 13 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 is not 90% of 13. And even if I take a detour to this room, 10 is not 90% of 13.
Ambushed by foul invention.
I mean, technically speaking, let's see. So 90% of 13 is, I'm going to use the medicinal herbs on the fish carcass.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Right. Step 1, I'm going to eat all of the food we just found. Step 2, these are worth 1,250 each. What to drop? I'll drop the dog treats. They're probably the least useful thing we're carrying. I was expecting to find a bit more food there. Anyway, so 90% of 10 obviously is 9. And 90% of 3 is 0.9 times 3. Which is like 2. So basically, I'm going to have to do, depending on exactly how the rounding works, I'm going to have to do either 11 or 12 of the 13 rooms in this dungeon. Which means either all but 1 or all but 2. So I can skip this one detour room, but I'll have to backtrack at some point on that one. So I think I am going to skip this detour, unless the scouting reveals that there's something really valuable. Alright. I don't feel like dealing with the grouper, so Damon's pull. Or the shaman. Damon's
pummeling.
So uncivilized. Okay. Well, let's just go with collect bounty. And the shaman survives it, unfortunately. But Dazzling Light should put it over the top. Hound's Rush on the Occultist Brawler. Just to get him bleeding and do some damage now. Because he can use Rend for the old gods. And of course you use Spearfishing. Okay, Stressful Incantation missed. Oh, crap.
At the very precipice of oblivion.
And his resolve is tested. And he's hopeless. The beast is unhinging my mind. Dark fantasies emerge. Oh.
For the slightest lapse in concentration.
Okay, Hound's Rush on the Brawler. Okay, the Brawler is not an element of this fight anymore. Divine Grace, get the Occultist off of Death's Door. Oh, that went around fast. That turned around fast. That is also kind of cool. The Occultist says, I'm not giving up, despite being afflicted. Like, as hopeless as he is, he's still going to try to persevere. I guess one good pull deserves another. Divine... Yeah, I'll go with Divine Comfort. Cannot cure my wound.
Is a rarity
I suppose that was the right move then, if he was going to refuse to be healed. Let's go for the one you can probably finish off. Hound's Rush. And Hound's Miss. Let's go with Vulnerability Hex. And it missed. And Seaward Slash also missed. Good. Hound's Rush again. And it... Oh, okay. The torch level isn't even low. I don't know what your guys' problem is. Well, let's go with uppercut, see if we can stun this guy. Well, he resisted it. Well, sacrificial stab. Okay, he's down to 4 hit points. Anyone except the Vestal could finish him off if they hit. And you hit! Nice. Got a fair amount of loot.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright. What to drop next? Let's light one torch now.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
And I'm gonna drop the other torch to take the crest, and then I'll give up the moves. It's somewhat useful, but I can accept it. However, what with how high the Occultist's stress level has already gotten, I think we should rest. It's a little early in the quest to do it, but I'm gonna err on the side of caution.
In tenuous firelight.
Especially after that party wipe last time. Okay, quick heal everyone and reduce everyone's stress a bit. Let's see. So he could use Dark Strength, which increases his own stress, but increases a Depanion's attack power. Unspeakable Commune prevents ambush but increases everyone's stress. More Wound Care, which heals somebody and removes bleeding or blight. So the Vestal has Bless, Wound Care, or Chant. Chant reduces everyone's stress varying amounts. Okay, so you got Man's Best. The Houndmaster is Man's Best Friend, which reduces his own stress. Or Therapy Dog, which reduces everyone's stress. And the Bounty Hunter has Pep Talk. This is How We Do It, which increases everyone's accuracy and critical rate. And Tracking, which reduces the chance of the party being surprised and increases the chance of monsters being surprised. I'm starting with Chant, because it reduces everyone's stress. Wait, that was... I thought that affected the entire party. I guess I was wrong. Therapy Dog does affect the entire party, though. Let's see. I can do Pep Talk and either This Is How We Do It or Tracking. I'm going to go with Pep Talk and then Tracking. So Pep Talk on the Occultist. Or apparently it's not. Apparently it failed. Well, in that case, next I'm going to use Tracking. And since I have 2 time units left, I'm also going to do This Is How We Do It, which I think it only boosts his own accuracy and critical rate, but that still is very useful. Even towering beasts can be killed with a well-placed blow. Now let's hope we don't have another midnight surprise. Unfortunately, the Occultist stressed everyone out. Okay, drop everybody back to our default party order. Okay. Scouting says really nothing useful about this room. In fact, we'd have to use a shovel, so I'm going to go this way instead. Okay. Another one of these. Now let's use our other medicinal herbs. And find less, but still a fair amount. Use a bandage on the Bounty Hunter. And now we have a trap. Okay, so yours is 40%. Yours is 20%. I'm not terribly surprised. The Occultist's is 0%. And the Houndmaster is 50%. Okay, the Houndmaster is our trap guy. And he succeeded. Alright. Onward. We have had a lot of successful scouting today. Okay, I'm gonna go to this room. It's room battle with a curio. I don't feel like pushing my luck with one of the fish skeletons when I don't have an item.
Made clear.
I'm not gonna push my luck with the fish carcass when I don't have the medicinal herbs anymore. Alright. Start with vulnerability hex on the Guardian. Did no damage, but he's marked. And collect bounty. And let's go with Hound's Rush. Well, he resisted bleeding, but he's mostly dead. And now let's hit him with Dazzling Light and see if we can stun him. We can't. Okay, the Shaman is using Call of the Deep to buff the groupers, and the other grouper is using Seaward Slash, but it missed. Of course it did. But we've got the usual spearfishing problems. Okay, it healed the, ow. And Seaward Slash again. Okay, I'm gonna use Divine Grace on the Bounty Hunter to get him thoroughly healed. Hound's Rush on the Guardian.
Masterfully executed.
And he's taking still just 1 damage. And I'm gonna use Weird Reconstruction. I'm gonna have the Occultist use Weird Reconstruction on himself. And that was highly successful. And the Octocestus even missed. Things are looking up. Let's use uppercut on that guardian. Well, that's basically taking care of him, because on his next turn he will just die. Okay. Now we just need to deal with the rest of them. Divine Grace on the Bounty Hunter again. And let's use uppercut, see if we can stun the movers. In addition to forcibly shuffling their position, and let's try Damon's Pull. And Blackjack on the Shaman.
Precision and power.
Well, 3/4 of the enemy team are stunned. That's nice.
By inches.
We're still gonna have to eat one seaward slash. And let's Blackjack the Shaman again. And Divine Grace. Let's see if we can top up the health of the, whatever the... Why is the word Houndmaster a word I just can't find in my vocabulary? Let's keep the Houndmaster healed. Let's finish off the Shaman. Let's attempt to finish off the Shaman. There's always that one miss when you really needed a hit. Though I have to commend our Occultist. He's doing a pretty good job of staying useful despite being afflicted. You know, normally when someone's afflicted, they're more of a problem. Of course, now I've probably just jinxed it and he's gonna, like, completely wig out on his next turn or something. Alright, Divine Comfort. So now the damage is a bit more evenly distributed. Called it! Called it. Okay, he just damaged himself a little bit. It's not that bad, but I give the guy a compliment and tell him that he's doing surprisingly well for being afflicted, and there he goes and damages himself on his next turn. I really need to just keep my mouth shut.
A momentary abatement.
Alright, we got Divine Comfort. And let's use Finishing. And that basically did it.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Cuts on its own. Alright, take everything, because we have room for everything. Okay, this is where we are. So, let's move to this room. All that's between us and the next room is a curio. And hunger. Oh, we just found more food. Ooh, a torch! Wealth beyond measure. Alright, and we got scouting again. Let me see something quick a minute. I can't find a stat that refers to, I can't find a stat that refers to your scouting chance, but it's just surprising me how many successful scouting we've gotten in this quest. Oh crap. Okay, vulnerability hex. Dazzling light. See if we can stun it. Failed. Hound's Rush. Okay, that's one. Mark for death. And it gets to use Shocker. And the Vestal resists being stunned. Good. Okay, this round it's using Gargling Grab, so it's not going to explode. And that one's out. Okay, so now we have one Drowned Thrall to deal with in basically an entire turn. Let's use Collect Bounty. Okay, I can breathe again. My blood pressure is gradually returning to normal. Get another one of those and I might be conflicted. Alright. Hound's Rush, see if we get some bleeding. Can't, because it missed. Sacrificial stab because it is Eldritch. That also missed. I don't feel too bad because I know that these things have really high speed, and so you would expect them to have really high evasion. Still. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can stun it. Because the Vestal is showing everyone else how it's done. And finish him.
Executed with impunity.
Okay.
This expedition at least promises success.
Well, for now, I mean, I could always find a way to screw it up. Okay. Oh, he's done bleeding. Alright. Let's move to this room. I'm not gonna touch that without the means to make it safe. And now we're all gonna take some damage.
Will can overcome a failing body.
And some stress. And a quick feed the Occultist since he's the one with the fewest hit points remaining. Alright, and we are out of food. I'm fairly certain we're gonna have to go to this room in order to have explored 90%. So I'm gonna go to this room now just to do, because that's the route that has the least backtracking.
Finding the stuff is only the first
gold.
test. Now it must be carried home.
Okay. Alright, we surprised them, so let's start with Vulnerability X, which missed. Let's use uppercuts if we can stun him. We can. Next, let's use Hound's Rush. Let's use Blackjack, see if we can stun another one. We can. And now let's use Dazzling Light and see if we can go 3 for 3.
Impressive.
We can! Oh. That was considerably less impressive than I thought it was going to be. Oh, Hound's Rush on the one in the back. And it's down. No quarter given. Divine Comfort. Do I care? Unleash this black beast on the world. Oh, weird Reconstruction on myself. And yes, I'm aware that weird Reconstruction can heal for 0. Alright. Now we have to deal with a couple of seaward slashes. Okay, one of them's out. Sacrificial Stab, because they're Eldritch and will take extra damage if it hits. Alright, Divine Comfort, and the Vestal is not quite up to full health, but very close. Let's use Blackjack. And now let's use Finish Him. And miss. So wait a second. So one enemy, there's only one enemy left, and he's stunned, so he can't possibly do anything to defend himself. And you managed to miss.
Foolish horrors.
Nice job.
Low and driven into the mud.
Okay. And back to here. And then it's a straight run to the end of the mission. Looks like this one's at least going to be a success. Of course, now that I say that, I've probably jinxed it and something terrible is about to happen. Well, he dodged the trap. Okay, monsters and a chest. It's all groupers, so Eldritch Pull is useless in this fight. Okay, so far things are going alright. Wow. Okay, the last one did land. Wow. May as well open with Uppercut, since we don't have any enemies that are stunned or marked. Even if I succeed, I shall never be rid of it. Alright, vulnerability X, which missed. Let's go with Divine Comfort, just do a quick bit of healing on everyone. Right, Hound's Rush on the most injured one. Still not enough. Okay, that's frightening. That's even more frightening. Okay, he's stunned. Okay, Divine Grace now. Let's use finish him to, well, finish him. They can use spear fishing from all the way in the back? Huh. Well, let's torment the one in the back a bit. Alright, and weird reconstruction of Bounty Hunter. I have been very lucky with the bleed chance of weird reconstruction. It's consistently healed pretty good amounts, and it hasn't caused bleeding once yet. Divine Comfort on... This one's Divine Grace. The other one is Divine Comfort. And let's mark this one for death. And Hound's Rush on the one in the back. Just keep wearing him down because you can reach him. Let's use Sacrificial Stab to wear it down where Collect Bounty will finish the job. Honestly, that did more damage than I needed it to. I need a healer! Well, we have 2 of those, and frankly, we need both in order to keep up with the kind of damage you're taking. 28! Wow. I've come to collect. Alright. Okay. Just one grouper left. Divine Grace. Okay, this is getting a little dangerous. Hound's Rush. And Collect Bounty.
Destroyed.
Okay, that's the end of that. Bounty Hunter got a little close to death.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Okay, to drop. I'll drop the anti-venom. We have yet to encounter anything that can inflict light. And apparently that was it. We actually didn't need to explore that one side room. Well, I'm going to continue adventuring because I want to get what's in this chest. And what's in this chest is heirlooms.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Let's drop the bandages. And after that party wipe last episode, I'm not pushing my luck. We're going back.
Despite its morbid aspect, this twisted, cavernous maze seems almost traversable.
And the narrator appears to have decided to keep his strange bigotry against fish to himself this time. And we got a pretty good haul in terms of both gold and heirlooms, in addition to some pretty good rewards. And a pretty good haul of Resolve EXP, too. And Fribois has reduced damage on the first round.
A new enemy. Insipid and incurable.
We have the Plague. Well, idle Plague Doctors receive experience, but for the first time pretty much ever, I don't have a Plague Doctor. Well, I could recruit one. Let's see. Who could I drop to get one Plague Doctor? I'll send away this Seeker Houndmaster. He's not experienced at all.
This one has become vestigial, useless.
Alright. Now let's de-stress the two people who really need to be de-stressed, which are the Occultist and Fribois. Alright. Let's see about upgrading. Let's see, I need a lot of busts to upgrade any of my, to upgrade any of this. Honestly, what I really want to upgrade is the blacksmith. But we're not even close to having enough, enough heirlooms to do that. Not the guild. Same thing, not even close with regards to upgrading instructor mastery. Let's upgrade the blacksmith's furnace.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
And beyond that, I think I'm actually going to hold off on upgrading structures because I want to save up to upgrade either weaponsmithing, armor smithing, or instructor mastery so that we can get higher level equipment and abilities. I think part of the reason why I've had such little success with my moderate difficulty quests is because I'm using heroes whose equipment really is not upgraded to the level it should be to deal with those difficulty quests. Because I can't upgrade to equipment level 4. Well, let's see. I'm gonna upgrade my grave robber, and I'm gonna upgrade the most experienced Vestal. So do I actually want to upgrade the Vestal's weapon? I mean, I know the Vestal does attack sometimes, but I keep my use of that pretty limited. And I'm going to upgrade the Houndmaster's weapon and armor. Now let's see what the Nomad's got. Which... Eldritch Killing Incense for the Occultist. That could be extremely useful in the Cove. Unfortunately, I spent too much money already, so I'm going to need to sell some stuff. Let's see. 750. I'm actually going to sell the Stalwart Buckle. Plus 5% critical chance isn't really worth it for 5% extra stress and 3% reduced virtue chance. So I'm going to sell this. 65.25. And then what else to sell? I'll sell the bleed stone. Alright. And then, let's see, the Jester dice might be useful for the Jester, but the Eldritch Killing Incense could be extremely useful. So we're going to buy that. And that leaves us with some upgrades to our equipment and just barely enough money to fund the next expedition. And at this point, I'd say this video's gone on for long enough, so this is going to be the end for this part. I mean, we only did one expedition this time, but at least it was a long expedition. So, thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time.